guys, hope you're all keeping well. First, I would like to thank everybody for all the messages in the last video. I've read every single one up to now. I'm sure more will come in. Fantastic. Yeah, obviously I touched a bit on the mental health side of things again, and the biggest thing I get out of that, how people say how much this helps a little bit. It's probably only a tiny bit with me talking about it. So yeah, that's fantastic. What I'm doing today, I've never really done it before. It's Monday morning, so I thought I would just do an average day in the shed. So if you come here to watch certain builds and my focus on certain bikes, you're probably not going to get that in this video, so feel free to switch off now or thumbs down it, whatever you wish to do, whatever you get your kicks out of. So this is just going to be an average day in the shed and probably a bit of chit chat as I go along. I'm probably talking nonsense. I'm normally muttering to myself all day. Or Blue. Blue comes in most mornings and he checks, see if there's any treats appeared overnight or any scraps. And he's obsessed with this orange bag here because it's got my old dinner plate in it. So my daughter dropped me a dinner off yesterday. So it's all been washed, Blue. There's nothing left on it, mate. Although you could probably still pick up on the smells. So yeah, this is going to be just a bit of general chit chat and an average day in the shed. Sometimes it's really boring. So like I say, feel free to switch off. First job, most important job, is obviously a cup of tea. Can't start the day without a cup of tea. No, certainly can't, can we, Blue? And you've had your treats down the house. He'll hang about for a bit, realise there's nothing up here, and then he'll clear off down the house and go to sleep or pester for treats down there. Because he's a greedy pig. Isn't you, mate? Yeah, a greedy pig. Yeah, so people send him treats and he... There can't be many dogs that get their own post. It's brilliant. It does make me smile when someone turns up addressed to Blue. It really does make me smile. It's funny. And he hasn't got a clue. He's just interested in tearing it open. Give me what's inside. So yeah, so what I'm going to do today... Obviously, normally you guys see over me concentrating on an Enfield or the GS or whatever else I'm doing. So in between these builds, because obviously things like the Enfield, the builds can take such a long time, I try and do little Enfield jobs that will bring money in between builds being done, you see. I know the GS is going extremely well, but I try and keep things separate. So everything that's coming in for the GS, I sort of, for want to try and explain it better, that goes in its pot. That makes sure the bike gets done first. And if I've got a little bit out of that when it's all finished, and so be it. And we're trying to do it to a high standard with some nice bits on it. So the most important bit, the bike, is completed first. And then we see what's left. So I sort of do all little separate pots for each job I'm doing in here. It probably sounds really so stupid and basic, but that works for me. It keeps it all simple for my simple mind. So today I'm going to start first cup of tea, bit of a clean up and an organise, and I'm going to start bits for a few Enfield frames that I've got to do. One. I know I told people who wanted frames it could be well into the new year before I'm finishing them, but one particular guy absolutely begged me for his frame for the 1st of December because apparently it would it would improve his action in a particular room in his house. Don't know what that means, but I'll get it done for him if it helps him make his life a bit happier. It'll get his frame by the 1st of December. Let's not go into detail with that. But yeah, so it's a bit of a clean up first, because I'm quite a messy worker. I end up getting stuff strewn everywhere when I get going. And it takes a while to find all your spanners, put them back where they should be. Blue follows me around thinking everything's for him to eat, so takes him a while to get over that. Isn't it, mate? Hey. And then I'm going to start laying out all the little bits that I need for several frames, and do all the little component parts first, then pick away at a frame at a time. I'm actually going to try and do probably one every couple of weeks just to keep on top of it. I think I've only got 4 to do, and we've also, if you have that, you're going to chew it all up into little pieces, and I'll have to sweep up again. I've also, obviously we've got Dan's bike on the go, and I've got 2 other Enfields on the go, which I'm not really going to film. You know, once in a blue moon's enough, because we're going to obviously try and get a variety of bikes. Obviously the Ural's got to come in as well at some point. I haven't forgot about that. And obviously the turbo bike, which I've been thinking this week I'm going to sort of clear everything around it and refresh my mind on that, and start picking away at a few remaining bits of the fabrication on that. So we could have a video on that this week. We'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping to do that. So yeah, there's always a lot of balls in the air in here, and I do certain things each day, and it keeps it all picking away. It does. And it gives me a bit of variety as well, so I don't get bored with anything, because I think when you get bored with a build, then you don't put your heart into it, and things you can end up doing things and then you're not happy with it, and to me that's no good. So it's nice to alternate between different jobs sometimes, just to keep yourself fresh in your mind. Better put that back in the box, haven't we? So it'll get broken. Yeah, it's, as you all know, I don't normally take on, let's call them customer bikes. I don't normally do that. I've only literally Dan's bike and 2 more. I don't know if I'll do it again. I'm going to get Dan's bike done and the other 2 done. I don't know, I feel pressure from it, and I've always intended to try and keep this side of things more like a sort of hobby gone mad, and build up the internet side of things with the YouTube and everything, and hopefully that will start generating a steady income. I think everybody who jumps into YouTube does do it to try and get a little bit of income out of it. I think if they say they don't, they're probably lying a little bit. I'm never going to be a millionaire out of it. It's never going to get that much of a following. But yes, we all do it to try and generate a bit of extra income. And you know, it will help, because at the moment, and the following is amazing, and thank you to all the patrons as well, because that helps tremendously. Because the video side of things, whew, wow, there's some time that goes into that, the hours in editing and stuff like that, and obviously you've got to get all your stuff in here done in here in the day, and then 9 times out of 10 I'm doing editing stupid o'clock at night or into the early hours of the morning. And to give you an idea, on average, you get about £1 thereabouts for every 1,000 views. So it's definitely a job you wouldn't pick out the job centre to go and do, because you wouldn't get very far on it. So yeah, it's about £1 every 1,000 views on average. So you really got to build the numbers up on YouTube to start doing remotely good out of it. But I enjoy it. I'm enjoying the journey of building it up, and I'll keep going and see how it goes. I enjoy it. I enjoy sharing my stuff. I enjoy reading all your comments. So I'll always keep at it. There'll be weeks where I'm slow at it, and there'll be weeks where I get 2, 3, 4 videos out. But I enjoy it. Anyway, let's get this place sorted. We better put my daughter's plate out of the way so I don't smash it. I think she'll be upset with me. There's nothing on it, Blue. I've told you. There's nothing on it. Been trying to find a home for this big box of odds and sods and nuts and bolts for a while. We'll just put it down there. Space is getting to be a bit of an issue. My Band of Brothers box set. I went to put that in my laptop the other night and I didn't know how to work it. It just wouldn't play. I was obviously doing something wrong. Right. Oh, I've ordered the rubbers for the GS tank. So hopefully in the next video for that, we'll be getting the tank on. And then the step after that, we'll be starting on seeing what we're going to do with the tail unit. I'll take out the rubbish on the cleaner, take out the trash, the worker, the editor, the tea maker. Great, keeps you busy. Keeps you busy. Right, Blue, let's move this table and get swept up. Heater. Put that there for now. I have been searching iron low for a log burner, second-hand log burner that's local. One will come up. One will come up eventually. Why is it all the ones that are priced reasonably are like 200 miles away? Yes, I've got a few frames to do that people are doing their own bikes, and I've got 2 frames to do for bikes that I'm building for people. And like I say, I think after these 3, I'm just going to go back to buying my own bike in, doing it how I want to do it in my time, and then it becomes for sale. It's much more stress-free doing it that way. And it's worked in the past. It has. It's worked in the past. And I also I've had quite a few people asking me if I'm going to do another raffle bike when this one's completed. And I thought, you know what, it is actually a nice way. I've got to say, I'll be lying if I said, oh, it's all right. No, it's working out really good. So I happen to have an Enfield stuck out in the yard, covered up. I think I might do that as the next raffle bike. Obviously we'll get this one all done and dusted first and get over that one. And I think I might do one of my Enfield bobbers, but it's not going to be orange. No, orange is banned. I've had a few people ask about the orange bike as well. I was in such a busy time with loads going on and stuff. It's now with the new owner. It is. It's ticked off the box and it's done and dusted. Because that was an ongoing saga. That was, but it's all done. But we'll have plenty of other bikes to see through and ride out and everything like that. So yeah. But yeah, as prize draw, seriously thinking of the Enfield I've got. Do it all like I do them. All nice, polished, brand new, everything like I do them. Beautiful paint job. Oh, you've seen them. And we'll see if anyone's interested if I do prize draw it, because that would be a little bit scary if no stickers sold. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. I'll make that decision. Right, I think we'll get this swept up and then we'll go and empty the bin. Where's me shovel? We'll go and empty the bin now, actually. It's a little bit full. Take it out the trash. Back in a minute. So that's the rubbish bin emptied. My first little boring job of the day. Some jobs are quite boring in the everyday goings on in here. So I have all these shapes here laser cut. This is for the Enfield frames. So this is what I call a shoe that goes round the bottom of the gearbox. So these bits I have laser cut, and for some reason I do these in here by hand. It's not too much of an issue. So then we tidy all the metal up, and then these get welded to that plate like so, right way up preferably. So I'm going through drilling them all out first, and then I'm going to weld them all up. Slowly build up all the components for each frame and then start getting them all together. Right, that's all them drilled out. That's enough to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 frames. This bracket that I'm making goes sort of right under the bottom. You don't really see it, so it's not the prettiest of things, but it needs quite a bit of strength, because it literally is holding the engine to the frame. Hence why it's 10mm thick plate. So next I'm going to clean the surface area of these up, get the black off, and that'll give me a good strong weld on clean metal then. So I'm going to go through them, grind them up and start welding them together. And after that I get my words out. I'll start sorting some of the frame tubes out and laying them out. I've got a few bits done. I'm going to tackle another job in a bit. I'll show you in a mo. I've been putting it off for a long time. Anyway, I've got all what I call the shoes that go around the gearbox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them done. I've just got to grind them up, tidy them up, as in the welds, and then they'll be completely finished. I've got a few of these cut. These are for the main back spine of the frame. Yeah, let me show you. So ignore how mucky it is. So this bit here that goes down, them shoes I've just made, I don't know if you can see that, are right in here, and the frame all bolts up. So them other bits I've just made, let's put you back up here a minute. Basically where that little tube goes across the frame and the back spine comes off it, instead of having a weld all the way around there and trying to smooth it all in and stuff, because you know, for that bit of a custom look, I like to smooth everything out. I use these, I turn them down in the lathe. That's got to be a bit shorter actually, because I have to get the welder in there. That's then put on there. It's then, and you can get in properly, I've just got to shorten it. I then weld it all round on the inside. Then this is all cross drilled so I can pull welds in. That then goes onto there, welded all the way around there, and that's flushed off then, and then welded all through the holes. And that is proper strong, and it leaves it really, really neat. It actually just looks like the tube's just sat on that tube, but obviously it isn't. It's just a different way of doing it. It's quite strong and it's really neat. So that's what all them are for. So they've all got to go in the lathe, like these ones. These are the joining tubes, so where you got the standard part of the frame and this part of the frame that I make, that'll all go in there. Again, drilled, welded all through the holes, welded all the way round, so it attaches to the original part of the frame. So yeah, we've got all these components more or less done now. These are for the bottom of the frame, obviously, then that bolts to them. So there's quite a lot involved actually in these frames. They look really, really simple, but there's a hell of a lot. The next thing I've got to do, let me just grab some, is the axle plates. So they get drilled through there, tacked, and that's your chain tensioner with a 6mm bolt and a lock nut on there, like so. Like that. So tomorrow morning I'll probably drill and tap all of these. Can't think what else there is, like the small component parts. Oh yeah, there's let's get you again. There's these are actually done out of solid bar, cut to size, all faced off in the lathe, then drilled through. So I've got to do all them as well. But that's a good chunk of work done. I know I've got extra. I've got there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a couple of extras. That was the end of the bar, so I might as well do one, because I have to just shave a tiny bit off them. Only a tiny bit. So yeah, there's quite a few sort of small parts that you put together for each frame, and as I've got a few frames to do, it's probably just as easy and quick to do them all in one go, and then bend all the frame rails in one go, and so on and so on and so on, until we've all of a sudden put in 5 frames together. That's the plan. So yeah, that's soaked up a bit of time today. Next job I'm going to do before I finish today is one that I've been putting off for so long, and it's really starting to irritate me. There's quite a lot going on. This shed actually looks loads bigger than what it actually is on camera. You ask anybody who's actually came here to visit, they're surprised how small it actually is compared to how it looks. But I'm gonna clean that end. So I've been putting it off. There's that much clutter down that end. Everything's shoved under the trolleys and benches and piling up. before I finish, I'm going to clean it all out. So come and have a nose all through my rubbish. So this is quite annoying. I just accumulated so much stuff. Look at all this. You know, when you're in a rush on jobs, you just throw stuff under the benches and everything. I'm terrible for it, and I should really stop it. All this on here, all that pile up there. I need to clean these out. Everything all stuffed under here. The poor old turbo bike slowly getting buried. So, before we go tonight, let's save the turbo bike. I'll tell you what, we'll get all this cleaned out. We'll have a nose through everything to see what's there and what we can throw away. I have to force myself to throw things away sometimes. And let's dust this thing off. Let's get this turbo bike dusted off. And maybe it will just give me a bit of sort of a G up to get some of the jobs done on it, instead of just staring at it covered in dust and slowly getting buried. So let's do the first important job and get a tea on the go and get this mess sorted out. Right. Oh, back's going a bit. We've finally got to it, sort of. Anyway, I'm going to make this quick because it is about 10 o'clock at night. So the cleaning and sorting out of everything took me a bit longer than what I thought. But I'm determined to get this out, finish off by sweeping everything under it and giving this thing a wipe over. Now I can clearly see everything again and I can get at it. We should start picking away at little bits. You know, I might get times where I'm waiting for bits for the GS and whatever other project I've got going on through the week. And we can drop onto this and just start doing the odd thing to it. But let's get a little bit of love and get some of that dust off it. If I've got the strength to pull it out of there, I think I can just about muster it up. I think. Because she's an heavy old beast. Yeah, that's just more rubbish. What was that? Oh, some rubbishy handlebars. Come on, you big heavy thing, you. Wow. That ain't been cleaned out for a while. Guys, a lot of water coming in my shed. I think when the summer comes round again, there's got to be some maintenance done on the shed. Like it needs sealing up. Oh. God, what else is going to fall down? Okay. Right. Everything's fine. We're good. That's woke the spiders up. Right. Wow. This side doesn't look very good. She needs a bit of love. Let's put some of this stuff down here for now. I think we'll clean the bench and everything. Give it a right treat. Yeah, in my big clean-up, I found loads of gloves. I'm just going to drop all this down here for now and then go through it. Yeah, I'm being ruthless. Most of it's going in the bin. Wow. Ah. Did I ever fit the other side? Yeah, I did. I don't think the light's too clever around the other side. Let's see if I can squeeze this round and we'll go and have a look. So yeah, it's a bit dusty. Looks a bit sorry for itself. Front wheels caught a bit of dust. It's that thick it ain't wiping off. It gets worse. Right. Yeah, it's a bit dark around here, isn't it? Well, it looks like it on the camera. It's probably going to have a nicer rear shock on anyway. If I remember right, that's just an original Triumph one. Right then, literally, I think the easiest way to start with is a brush. Then we'll go to a rag. And then we'll clean it with some WD-40 and stuff. See where the tank's going rusty, look, where I've done the lead filling. So all this, I lead loaded all these dinks and scuffs. Just so I could have a go at it, basically. So the under tray was about done, wasn't it, if I remember right? We just got to do all this bit here so it all ties into it, so it's all got to come up into this little side panel that we made. And we got to do all the brackets for that. So look at the other side. Make sure if I've done this side. It's got something holding it. I don't know if I've done it all. No, I didn't secure the front lot. So it's all got to be, all the gaps have got to be sorted out. Everything's got to, you know, got to go over everything to make sure it's a nice fit. I think we've got to do all the strengtheners under the seat. Done this side off, took this side in on the under tray. All seems to follow it all right. It's a bit dark around there, isn't it? All that needs a good scrub. Let's see if the light will reach. Is it gonna reach? Yeah. Just needs everything cleaning properly and it'll be fine. So everything's scrubbing up again. Where will I put the little rag? There it is, hiding on top of it. Nothing's really gone rusty. I mean, the little radiator shroud that I made, that's all been left in bare metal. Ain't too bad. Got to get that out as well at some point. Always one, ain't they? Damn thing. Got a bit of surface rust on this side, nothing terrible. It's just discoloured more than anything. Certainly not gone enough to start biting into anything. But yeah, we'll definitely sort of cover out for it tomorrow when I can see in the back shed, so I've got no lights in there. It'll come back up. It'll get there. Before you know it, we'll be having a dabble at it. I'll have everyone shouting at me how they want it building. You guys are great. I don't mind. That's what the comments are for, isn't it? At least we've got everything clear from it now, and everything that was gathering around it. It became a bit of a place where I was just throwing everything. And that happens when you leave a project to go a bit dormant. But I'm going to keep it clear now. I'm going to make an absolute point of not stacking anything around it. I'm going to clean all the bench down, sweep all out round there, and we'll go and find a cover for it. Sort of rekindles, you want to have a go at it, don't it, when you've had something sitting there for a while and you fish it out and start looking at it. Hell of a lot of work's gone into this. Unbelievable amounts. It has. When I start looking at it, you forget how much work's gone into it. Still quite a bit, really. Not loads, but lots of little bits on the fabrication side of things. Like we got to finish all the panels off, put strengtheners under the seat. Then I was going to go and get the seat covered, and then make any adjustments that need to be made, because having the cover on it will change things. The tanks, if I remember right, we've got adjustment in that to go forward a tiny bit or back or whatever. See, when the cover's on and it's wrapped round the metal work, we may have to adjust things, and I'd rather do that and have all the panels fit really nice, instead of finishing everything, then get the seat cover, plonk it on, and it just don't fit right because of the coverings. So we've got to try and plan that in as well. Obviously finish off all the brackets. There's all gussets to go around here that hold the footrests on as well. Still got to do work on the inside of the manifold to smooth parts of that out. Outside's pretty much finished, but we've got to get all the inside all nice and smooth. Brackets for the oil cooler and the oil cooler housing that we made. It's just a long list of small things, I guess. It's certainly going to be an amazing bike when it's done. It's going to be a lot of fun. At the engine, I'm going to get all the fabrication side of things done first. Keep working like mad, and then we'll throw the engine in to the guy and just sort that out so it has some sort of reliability, and it's going to be all healthy running that turbo, so he'll just do what's got to be done. I'm going to get handlebars for this as well, and risers. But yeah, we've got to get a fancy clutch, which is quite scary money wise. So yeah, it's a big money build, really. And the way 2020 went, it just sort of hit the back burner. we'll get there. We'll get there. It's all on the up. Things are locking into place, you know, and if things are getting better, we're working hard, and it's just improving all the time. Just that I've got to stay away from things that give me these little brain farts. As long as I keep going with this, it'll keep going. Which it should do. Anyway, yeah, I feel like doing something now, but it's approaching 11 o'clock at night, so anything noisy is out the window. What else? I have loads of things I'm going to mention, and then I'll completely forget them. Yeah, patrons. Can't even remember if I mentioned that earlier or not. But all the patrons, I'm extremely grateful, obviously. It is a tremendous help. It really is. It really does help keep the wheels on this thing and keeps everything going. Because it's just a little bit each month, and it helps a lot. So what I'm going to do with patrons, I mean, you can come on board with Patreon from £1 a month or $1 or whatever you want. I think they changed it now. It used to be always in dollars. But I'm going to do a little draw. I'm going to put all the patrons' names into a hat, sort of thing, every month, at the beginning of every month. And my first video of each month, whether the video comes out on the first of the month, second, third, fourth or fifth, but the first video in each new month, I'm going to draw a name of one of the patrons, and you can go onto my Teespring site, the Doghouse Merchandise, pick an item, and then send me your information of what you want and your address, and I'll send that item out to you. So you sort of win a bit of Doghouse merchandise every month, and we'll do that every single month. So if you're a patron, that's just my little thank you, and I guess eventually you'll all win something over time. Anyway, I think I'm going to put this back after a sweep up and call it a day. Like I say, it's about 11 o'clock. It's not been the normal video day, but something different in it. That'll do me. I'm tired. Cheers for watching, guys.